Thanks everybody for watching the first part of this video on Excel shortcuts to increase your productivity. This is the part 2 for that series and we'll cover another 10 Excel shortcuts. I recommend you to watch this and all these videos of this series till the end so that you are not missing any of the shortcuts. Without taking any more time, let's start the video. Hi guys, welcome back to Tech Reflections. I am Vikram and today in the second video of this series, we will learn 10 more Excel shortcuts. 10 shortcuts we covered in the first part are on your screen now. You must have practiced them till now. If you have not watched that video, then you can find the link to that video in the I button at the top right of this video and in the description. Shortcuts we will be covering today are Control B, Control D, Control I, Control T, Control Page Up, Control Page Down, Control Shift Plus, Control Minus, and two function keys F1 and F2. Let's start with the first one, that is Control B. Control B will bold the selected text. So in this case, let's say this is the data we will be using for today's video. So let's say if you want to bold all the salesmen names. So we'll just select this whole of this column and press Control P. So you can see that all the names get bold. You can do it's not only on the range, you can use it for a single cell also. Let's say if you want to bold this school bag, so we'll just press Control B and this gets bold. And this is a toggle function. So if you press Control B again, then it will return back to the normal. So the next shortcut we will be using today is Control D. So the Control D function is for filling up the cell beneath with the same data which is in the above cell. So let's say in our case, we want to copy this pencil set in the cell E9. So how are we going to do that? We just select the cell E9 and press Control D. So it gets copied, or you can say filled into the cell E9 from E8. So this can happen for any of the cell. Let's say we try it for D9, we press Control D, and that value and even the font gets copied into this new cell. So this is Control D. Next would be Control I. So Control I is for changing the format of the selected text to italic. Like earlier we did it for bold. Now let's say if we want this particular value to be in italic, so we press Control I. So this value gets italic. We can have it for let's say I come back, change it to back, bold, and now I want these two to be italic. So I press Control I, and both the values get italic. So this is how Control I works for italic. Next would be Control T. So let me first remove this, delete. Okay, so Control T function is used to create a table. So there are two ways a data can be entered into a spreadsheet. One is normal data range, another one is table. So what's the difference? I've discussed this in many of our other videos. You can watch those videos, and if you want me to have a specific video on the difference between these two, let me know in the comments. I'll create a specific video on this. But as of now, for the scope of this video, we just need to see how Control T works. So if you click anywhere within your data, if you click on any of the cell and press Control T, so you get this window. This is for create table, and it is showing the whole of the range where our data exists, and it asking us that whether this needs to be converted into a table. So usually whenever data is not having any blanks in between, so it automatically selects whole of the data. And we also, there is an option, my table has headers, So in our case, our table already has these headers. So we just tick it, and otherwise if we don't have headers, if we uncheck it, this table will create the headers automatically for our data. But in our case, we'll keep it checked and we click on OK. So this data set now is converted into a table. So if we select this, or we can click anywhere within this table, there is another menu option available now, that is table tools design, which confirms that this particular data set is now a table. You can click on that and you get all the functions which are specific for a table. And here we have one option of converting it to range. That is, we are no more wanted to be in a table. And this is the name of the table. Right now it's in table 3. You can change this name. Let me convert it back to the range. If I click on convert, it's asking me to confirm it. And I confirm this. And now when I click anywhere within this data set, I'm not getting that option, additional menu option. So which means that now this data set is not a table. So I'm glad that you have watched this video till now, and stay tuned as we will cover 6 more useful shortcuts. Before moving forward, kindly like this video and share it with your friends if you're finding it useful. Also, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you get notified when the next video is published. Now let's move to the next shortcut. So next shortcut we are taking is Control Page Up. Control Page Up is for moving to the previous worksheet. In our case, we are already on the worksheet number 1, that is sheet 1. So let's move to the go to the second sheet first. So this is the second sheet, and now we will try Control Page Up. So press Control Page Up, and it will take us to the first sheet. So that is the previous sheet in our sheet alignment. And now this Control Page Up will take us to the previous sheet. And if we have, like in our case, we have only 2 sheets. So let's say if we have more sheets, and if we keep on pressing Control Page Up, it will keep on taking us to the previous sheets. So let's say if we have 5 sheets and we are on the 5th sheet and we use Control Page Up, then it will go first to the 4th, then to 3rd, and so on. So this is how Control Page Up works. Now next is Control Page Down. So Control Page Down is the opposite of Control Page Up. So there we were like moving to the previous sheet, and now in this Control Page Down, we'll move to the next sheet. So we are now on the sheet 1. So we'll use this Control Page Down, and it will take us to the sheet number 2. If we use it again, Control Page Down, it is not making any changes because we don't have the 3rd sheet in our this workbook. So this is how Control Page Down works. So now we can move to our next shortcut, that is Control Shift Plus. So in this case, there will be a combination of Control, Shift, and Plus key. So what this will do is it will insert a new row or column for us. Let's see how that would be done. First, let's move to the sheet 1. And here, if I select any cell outside the data, that's the blank cell. And if we use Control, Shift, plus all 3 keys together, so it will open a window for us. That's a dialog box for insert. And it is asking us whether we want to insert a row or a column, because with the cell, it is not able to identify what we need to do. So even if we click, let's say, entire row, so it creates a row, but we are not able to see it because the data is not moving. So let's try for the Control Shift plus for a column. So this again, press Control Shift plus, and this time if we use entire column, so then you can see a column gets added from here. Also, if we have already, in this case, we have selected a cell, but if we are, let's say, already selected a column, and now we use Control Shift plus, so this time it is not asking us to whether we want to create a row or column, because with the selection, it identifies that a column needs to be added. So automatically that column is getting added. And let's say if we select a row and then use Control Shift plus, so it will add a row for us. So this is how this Control Shift Plus works. So the next shortcut we would be looking into is Control Minus. Now Control Minus is to delete the selected row or column. It is an opposite of Control Shift Plus. So in this case, let's say if I am somewhere outside this data, any blank cell, and we use Control Minus, so it will open a window for delete, and opposite to the insert, now it is asking us whether we want to delete a row or a column. So if we click on row here, it has deleted one row, but it is not visible because there is no data by which we can see that. But if we use it for column, let's say if I click here somewhere and then use Control Minus, and this time I select an entire column and click OK. So this column gets removed. So this is how it works if we select anywhere outside the data. But if it is within, let's say if we have already selected a column and then we use Control Minus, so opposite to that Control Shift Plus, now this is deleting that column itself. And same thing can be done for a row. We can select the row and use Control Minus. It will remove, delete that particular row which we have selected. Okay, so next we are moving to two function keys for today's video. The first one is F1. So F1 function key is for invoking help. So if you need any help for any of the functions or anything related to Excel, then you can use that help. How that can be done is you can use function key F1. If in your laptop, usually in those laptops where we have this function key used for different operations, we have to press another key that is Fn and then the function key. But in a normal desktop keyboards, we usually have a separate key for function. So in that case, you can just press F1. But for a laptop, you have to press Fn and F1 together. And when you click on that, the help gets activated. So you can see on the right side of your pane, on the right side, there's another pane for help. So here you can, there is a search bar. You can enter your query and search for whatever information you want. So as of now, moving forward, we'll just close it. The last shortcut we will be using today is F2. What is F2 doing? F2 would be used to edit the selected cell. So in this case, let's say we have selected a cell somewhere outside our data set, which is a blank cell. And if we click on F2, let me press F2. Okay, and so you can see this cell gets into the edit mode and you can edit the data. You can have any data here. So you can enter and then you press enter and you come out of it. But let's say if I want to use it on a cell where the data is already there. So let's say this one, E8, it already had a value pencil set. And if we press F2 here, so this cell also gets into the edit mode and we can add anything. Let's say if you want here pencil set 1, so this gets added and we can, if you press enter, so this would be, this value would be saved here in this cell. This is what we planned for this video. Till the next video is published, you can keep practicing these 20 shortcuts, 10 in this video and 10 we discussed in the previous video, so that you can become a pro in using them till the time we come with the third part of this video. Let me know in the comments which of these 20 shortcuts you have been using and which ones you learned new. And if you want to watch more videos on various functions and tools in Excel, then a playlist of those videos will be on your screen now. Enjoy them, and I will see you all in the next video. Till then, stay safe and stay healthy. Goodbye.